Hey there, and welcome to Throw Up Thursday. I'm your host, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc.
Up, my gifted misfits. Welcome to Throw Up Thursday. Once again, I am your host, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc. And I am also the CEO and founder of the company. Can you believe that shit? I just spit the gum, but I still am the CEO of a company, Unorthodox Inc., a punk alternative to traditional psychotherapy. Welcome. Hi, Grace, Corey. Who else we got here? There's Olivia. Let's let our co-host Olivia in and get to some of the questions so you can come barf your problems and leave feeling much better. It's the whole point of Throw Up Thursday, really. So let's let Olivia in. And if you can put them in the comments, we will answer them live. Otherwise, Olivia has a list of questions that she got from people beforehand. Hi!
Hello!
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Welcome. Olivia and I were just talking like 10 minutes ago, so now it's like, hi, how's it going?
But you know what? I will say, as soon as we got off the call, everything that we said exited my brain.
Did it?
It did, so I'm glad I wrote it all down. I was like, what was that? Oh, yeah, I have it written down.
Yes, and I have brain fog too. And Olivia, do you have a theory as to why we have brain fog?
Okay, so something that I want to talk about today is if you're not in the Bay Area, you might not know, but it is fucking smoky out, like really smoky. And I have been noticing, it started like yesterday, I guess, was when I really started to feel it. But the emotional and mental effects of breathing in the smoke and living when it's smoky out.
What do you think they are?
Well, I have noticed for me, I feel really tired. I think because like my body might be working harder to like protect my lungs.
Process garbage.
Processing it, and also you're not getting as much oxygen, so that makes sense that you would be tired.
Yeah.
And also it like bums me the fuck out. Like I feel very sad.
Apocalyptic, scared.
Yeah, like really smad of just this kind of like helpless, like, oh my God. There's like a, oh, here we go again kind of thing that makes me feel very mad that is something that I'm even like used to at this point, that it's not like an out of the blue, whoa, what the fuck.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed that it makes everyone feel really weird. Like everyone, or like act weird and feel.
What is weird?
Probably, yeah. So like weird would probably also be feeling smad, anxious, but not aware of that.
Yeah. I think there's a lack of awareness in the general public of how it's impacting people, but I think everyone kind of agrees it is.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know about you youngsters, but I find I get dehydrated when it gets smoky like this, and I have way more fucking wrinkles than I normally do, and I'm moisturizing and drinking more water, and still I have like tight skin, and I just feel like a fucking box of Triscuits inside.
Yeah. Yes.
You know? Like it's not, it's clearly not healthy for us. That's so obvious that it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, moral of the story, I think, well, you know what's funny is I started rewatching, what's his name? The Crocodile Hunter. Steve That motherfucker loved animals. Oh my God. Holy shit. Like, I love animals, but that motherfucker loves animals.
I really can't think about him without wanting to just like start crying.
I know. And and I started watching it because I wanted that in my life, you know? I think that we all need a little of that like passion, you know? And conservation. But he said something that stuck with me. He said, when humans love something, they want to save it. And so he was big into conservation, right? You know, and he wanted us to love the scary animals the dangerous ones. But I was thinking, like, in terms of my world, I think we always talk about like teaching people. Global healing comes from teaching people the skills to like themselves. I don't say love yourself because I think too much cheese has been attached to that, not the good cheese that we like. So, or cheese curds. But, like, what do? We teach people the skills to like themselves. So if they love themselves, they obviously are going to want to do better in the world, not just save themselves, but when you are full as a human being, the natural inclination of an overflowing heart is generosity to other humans. That is a natural, it's what we address at Unorthodox Inc. It's not just about once you get whole, then we want to get you finding purpose and giving to the community, to those around you, because that is the next level of expansion once you've figured out who the fuck you even are and who you want to be. So I was thinking that this whole, like, I've always thought that global warming is like the ultimate human self-sabotage, right? Like, we're fucking cutting down trees that we need in order to breathe. Like, what the fuck? So if humans love themselves, which I argue they don't, by and large, then they'll stop destroying the rock that they live on and breathe on and procreate on, and they won't damage their own home. And therefore ourselves. So I don't know, he gave me what I was looking for. The fucker gives post-mortem. Let's all be like him, man. Wow, what a freak that guy was. Talk about gifted misfit, huh? Nerd out about your thing and then spread that joy to everybody. Learn as much as you can about yourself. And about everything. What are you saying?
Oh, I'm saying it reverberates when you think about him, you think of him, and you get this like warm, fuzzy, like feeling. And that's such a beautiful thing, to just like love unabashedly and unapologetically what you do. And then be like, everyone, do you also like this thing? And it's such a special moment, even like not him, but just whenever you get anybody talking about anything that they like fucking care about. And go on a rant, even if you don't actually like really give a shit about what they're talking about. That joy and excitement is so contagious.
Totally. I didn't give a fuck about Tesla until I saw Drunk History. Those early Drunk History episodes were so rad. Dude, I've always wanted to have somebody do a drunk history about DBT and like themselves with me. Oh my God. That would be so embarrassing, probably.
But we could do that through a paywall.
Remember the Tesla guy ends up like sleeping next to the toilet saying, oh, Nikola Tesla is the electric Jesus. I would never want that to be me. But enthusiasm is contagious, is the take home. And if everybody's too fucking afraid because they don't know who they are and they're so insecure and they don't act according to their values and they don't have any emotional intelligence skills, then they're going around all small and fucking weird and kind of pissy and rude and mean all the time. And there isn't that unabashed enthusiasm where you don't care if people think you're the fool because you fucking know yourself well enough to not give a shit and you just love the thing so much you don't even care. Oh, we need more of that. Dude, we need more of that.
You're doing it right now.
I am doing it right. It's like my joy rant. It's like 80% joy and like 10% pissed or indignant or sort of soapboxy. Weird.
Passionate.
I do believe everything I'm saying. You know I do.
I do. I believe you.
See? It's like love bullying. Dude. Anyway, hi Megan. You don't even know what you walked into. Hello, you folks. I don't know who Passion Fruit or Tom is, but
Tom.
Not your one.
not Thomas, but that's my friend Tom from England.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so here's what this is actually about: asking questions, and then we answer them. You got a question for us, Olivia?
Yeah, I have another question. Well, it's another topic, but we talked about I guess I'll make it into a question. So when you're dealing with excitement about something, so I'm going on a trip soon, and I am so fucking excited. I'm going to Vancouver, and I am noticing how that excitement is like dysregulating me a lot because it's so fucking excited. What are some ways we use a lot of tools on how to regulate with negative emotions, but what are some tips on regulating with positive emotions?
Well, give me the real life example. Like, you're what are you worried is gonna actually happen? Ask it in that way.
I'm worried that I am gonna like dictator this trip and over plan it and bully my partner into doing everything that I want to do the exact way that I want to do because I'm so excited about sharing. I mean, some of that passion that we were talking about earlier, it's like this passion, like, I can't wait to show him all of this food and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got to be my way because I'm so excited and I don't want to do that at all.
Right. And, we talked about this in the advanced docs call on Tuesday. But I think it's interesting considering the rant I just went on, that has that passionate, be with me in it quality to it, yet it lacks that awkward thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't totally know. I mean, maybe it's this, this setting, it's an IG live. I can say whatever the fuck I want, however I want kind of thing, but you could feel it too. You could feel the genuine passion. Now, what we talked about when you go on a trip with your friend and it's to your place, that was your home for undergrad, and the person who's traveling with you, I assume, has never been there.
Like one, yeah.
Right. So it's like, this is the potential of what we talked about on Tuesday, was likening it to when you want you want someone to listen to your favorite fucking song and you tell it. I told it.
Yeah. So when you are really excited about a movie or a song and you're like, oh my God, you have to listen to this. And actually you have to listen to it right now while you're sitting next to me. And I'm going to stare at you the whole time that you're listening, mouthing the words going, did you hear that part? Did you hear that? But what's really cool about that? And it's way too much pressure for another person.
Way too much. And what's funny is we all know this. We all hate when it's done to us, and we keep doing it to people because our passion about the song, we just want, this is like the road to hell is paved with good intention, right?
Yeah.
We want them to enjoy the thing, but then there's a little kind of tantrumy, selfish piece in it too, right? It's like, I want you to enjoy it the way I enjoy it. Or as much as I do. And it's like robbing the person of their own experience of it. And it's a fine line, if you want to, if you're you're sitting on my roof deck with me and we're just not talking and listening to music or something. And Terry, my hummingbird, comes up and I'll be like, oh, Terry. And usually I'm talking to Terry, not the person there. I'll be like, hey, Terry, nice to see you. Come over here, or something like that. But I might be like, oh, Olivia, look, there's Terry. Because I want you to enjoy it too. Now, most of the time, that's okay. But if I kept doing it, or if I kept narrating Terry's every move, making sure you never looked away, or if you take a sip of your tea and I'm like, you're missing it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's just, it's unbalanced. Like maybe the initiation, you inject your own enthusiasm into it right out of the gates and then back the fuck off and let him enjoy in his own way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, oh, I'm so excited to go eat at this place. I love it. And then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not, hey, order this and this we had one time and it's I think it needs to be measured.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be less than you want it to be, too.
Yeah, well, because it's like,
you cling to the thing. Like,
yeah.
you're robbing yourself of your own new experience of an old place.
Yeah.
If you do that. If you're so stuck in the past, you could rob yourself of the present joy. Not just for him, but for you. It's not going to be the same as it was, by the way, and that can sting, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You want to be open to something new happening. But I think it's such a fucking great question and discussion because we all do this thing. And we do. We talk about emotional dysregulation or emotional activation mostly in terms of uncomfortable, distressing emotions. We don't talk about how joy can run fucking riot too, and then can bite us in the ass later if we act from that, like, god damn, almost hypomanic. You know how when you first fall in love and all those brain drugs are surging in?
Yeah.
Like, you can make terrible decisions, like, that might lead to you losing your job or shit. Like, you know, failing a class, or you spend all your time with that person. And then you end up fighting with them. Of course you do. It's too much time spent. It's unbalanced. So everything with DBT and dialectics is about balance. And you can feel it. You can feel when enthusiasm's getting a little, like, chaotic.
Yeah.
Or, like, oppressive.
Yes.
The joy starts sinking out of it, and then it's just like energy. Not always positive.
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan for this?
My plan for regulating my emotions? Yeah, I think validating that I'm excited and, like, doing, like, it's so fun to be really excited about something, and that's, like, beautiful, and so I want to, like, spend time in those emotions. And then after I'm done the validating part, kind of the same thing as, like, a negative emotion, just, like, breathe through it and just, like, okay, let's, like, calm down, get back to baseline, and then write out, like, I've been making, like, a big master list of all the things that I want to do, and that way it's not just, like, floating around in my head, and just taking it step by step of, like, I don't have to plan everything all at once, and actually I'm making a decision to commit to, like, not making a schedule or whatever, because that's not fun for anybody, and just getting ideas for doing this kind of thing, putting intentions for how I want to be regulated on that trip, and committing to that.
Oh, it's a tall list. I mean, good luck, dude.
Yeah.
You're a writer.
Yes.
Right while you're on this thing. Then you don't have to measure anything.
Definitely.
Write out, just puke out every thought you have about a place that you're visiting, Christ, before you lay it on your travel partner.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, and this you've heard this from me before, but many people resist this. I think even when you're traveling just with one other person, some time apart is a good idea.
Yeah.
Even when the other person doesn't know the area, whatever. Exploration, curiosity, newness, these are all parts of travel that you wouldn't want to rob each other of.
Mm-hmm.
And I would challenge you, too, to go to a place you haven't gone to on your own. And then he can do his thing or whatever. It can, I mean, just an afternoon or the morning, and you get back together for a late lunch or something.
Yeah.
And you tell each other about your adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I really think time apart on a trip is something nobody fucking does and ought to.
Yes.
It's enhancing of the trip and the relationship.
people just cling together when they're in a new place and they don't like venture out. I think that's a miss.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's worked well with me on other trips with other
Oh
people.
my God, you're great at that.
Mm-hmm. It's an added new thing of like my first different country trip with my partner.
Yep.
Which is exciting.
Yep. And you're going to probably in the moment resist the apart thing. You're going to put it on your goddamn schedule and you're going to be like looking forward to it. And then you wake up, you're having coffee together or whatever, and you're going to think of like 10 reasons why that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
That's the worry thought stuff. Then we use the worry thoughts when we notice them. We use them as a cue to ask ourselves, what am I feeling right now? And validate those feelings in order to bring yourself back to baseline and then make a decision of what you mindfully would like to choose to do at that moment. So I cannot wait to hear. I know it's a ways off. I think that's great because you have planning time. I just can't wait to hear how that goes. I think it's going to be wonderful.
I'm so excited. I don't think you guys got it, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Wonderful. I love these topics of discussion. Wonderful. And if anybody ever wants to ask their own question, DM one of us and we will put your question up on Throw Up Thursday. We can help you barf your problems and leave feeling better. And if you want to learn more about emotional intelligence, drjjkelly.com. I do free consults. I can't believe I'm doing a free hour with strangers. You don't even know what a deal that is, dude. I take them all very seriously. I'm like weirdly professional about it. So for something being free, I've never treated free things as less than getting paid, and never has that ever been tested more than this free consult thing. So yeah, and if you know people that you know need help, tell them about it too. Thank you for joining us. Throw Up Thursday. We love you. Come back.
Thank you.
Be smart. Love yourself. Bye.
Bye.
Get in touch with me, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc, at drjjkelly.com.